In a quaint village nestled at the edge of a dense forest, there lived an old sage named Elias. He was known far and wide for his wisdom and compassion, and villagers often sought his guidance in times of need. One evening, as darkness fell over the village, Elias emerged from his humble cottage carrying a lantern adorned with intricate designs. This lantern was no ordinary light. It was known as the Lantern of Wisdom, passed down through generations of sages. Curious children gathered around Elias, their eyes wide with wonder, as he lit the lantern and began to tell a tale of ages past. Long ago, Elias began, there lived a wise sage who wandered the world in search of truth and understanding. He carried with him a lantern much like this one, illuminating the darkness and guiding him on his journey. As Elias spoke, the lantern cast a warm glow over the faces of the children, filling their hearts with a sense of wonder and curiosity. The sage traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom from sages and scholars, from kings and beggars alike. Elias continued. And with each new lesson learned, the light of his lantern grew brighter, illuminating the path to greater understanding. The children listened intently as Elias shared tales of the sage's adventures, of the challenges he faced, the knowledge he gained, and the kindness he showed to all he encountered. And so, Elias concluded, the lantern of wisdom serves as a reminder that true understanding comes not from the pursuit of knowledge alone, but from the light of compassion, empathy, and kindness that shines within each of us. As the children bid Elias goodnight and returned to their homes, the glow of the lantern lingered in their minds, filling them with a newfound sense of curiosity and wonder. And though the night grew dark and the stars faded from the sky, the light of the lantern of wisdom continued to shine, illuminating the path to understanding for all who sought its guidance. In a bustling town where people of all walks of life lived harmoniously, there resided a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver was known throughout the town for his keen insight and deep understanding of the world around him. One day, as Oliver sat perched atop his favorite tree, he noticed a group of children playing in the town square. They were attempting to solve a large puzzle scattered across the ground, but were struggling to piece together its many intricate parts. Intrigued, Oliver flew down to join them, his wise eyes twinkling with curiosity. "What seems to be the trouble, my young friends?" he asked. "We're trying to solve this puzzle, Mr. Owl," explained one of the children, "but it's proving to be quite difficult. We can't seem to find where all the pieces fit together." Oliver nodded knowingly, his feathers ruffling in the breeze. "You see," he began, "life itself is much like a puzzle. It is made up of many different pieces, each one unique and important in its own way. And just like a puzzle, it is our job to fit these pieces together to create harmony and balance in our lives." With Oliver's guidance, the children began to approach the puzzle with fresh eyes. Instead of focusing on the individual pieces, they looked for connections and patterns, seeking out ways to fit them together in harmony. As they worked together, the children discovered that each piece of the puzzle played a crucial role in creating the bigger picture. Some pieces were bright and colorful, while others were more subdued, but together, they formed a beautiful and cohesive whole. With patience and determination, the children eventually solved the puzzle, their faces lighting up with joy and satisfaction. "Thank you, Mr. Owl," they exclaimed, their voices filled with gratitude. Oliver smiled proudly, knowing that he had helped them understand an important lesson about life, that by embracing diversity and working together in harmony, we can overcome any challenge and create a world filled with beauty and joy. And as he watched the children continue to play and laugh in the town square, he knew that the puzzle of harmony would always hold the key to a life well lived. In the heart of a sprawling meadow, there stood a magnificent willow tree known as the Whispering Willow. Its graceful branches swayed gently in the breeze, and its leaves rustled softly, as if whispering secrets to the world. One day, a young girl named Lily stumbled upon the Whispering Willow while wandering through the meadow. Intrigued by its beauty, she approached the tree and sat down beneath its branches, seeking solace from the worries that weighed heavy on her heart. As Lily sat in silence, listening to the gentle rustle of the leaves and the soothing murmur of the wind, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. It was as if the whispering willow was speaking to her, offering comfort and understanding without saying a word. In the embrace of the whispering willow, Lily found solace in silence. She realized that sometimes, the greatest wisdom can be found not in words, but in the quiet moments of reflection and introspection. From that day on, whenever Lily felt overwhelmed by the chaos of the world, she would seek out the whispering willow, knowing that in its embrace, she could find the peace and clarity she sought. And as she sat beneath its branches, lost in thought, she felt a deep connection to the tree and to the world around her. For in the silence of the whispering willow, she found solace, strength, and the courage to face whatever challenges life may bring. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering streams, there lived a humble sparrow named Pip. Despite his small size and plain appearance, Pip possessed a remarkable gift, a sweet and melodious song that filled the air with joy. One day, as Pip perched on a branch overlooking the village square, he noticed the villagers bustling about their daily lives. Some were tending to their gardens, others were busy at work, while children played and laughed in the streets. Inspired by the beauty of the world around him, Pip began to sing. His song was simple yet filled with warmth and tenderness, echoing through the village like a gentle breeze. As the villagers heard Pip's song, they paused in their tasks and listened, their hearts touched by the beauty of his melody. They realized that true happiness could be found not in grand gestures or material wealth, but in the simple pleasures of life, the laughter of children, the beauty of nature, and the sweet song of a humble sparrow. From that day on, Pip's song became a beloved part of the village, weaving its way into the fabric of everyday life. His melody lifted spirits and brought comfort to those in need, reminding the villagers to find joy and beauty in the simplicity of each passing moment. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Pip's song continued to ring out across the village, a timeless reminder of the power of simplicity and the beauty that surrounds us each day. And though Pip himself may have been small and unassuming, his song touched the hearts of all who heard it, filling their lives with love, laughter, and the sweet melody of the sparrow's song. In a tranquil forest, nestled among tall trees and colorful flowers, there lay a serene pond that shimmered like a mirror under the golden rays of the sun. Within this pond lived a small pebble named Pete, who longed to make a difference in the world. One sunny morning, Pete noticed a family of ducks swimming in the pond, their cheerful quacks echoing through the stillness of the forest. Inspired by their joy, Pete decided to embark on a mission to create ripples of goodness in the world around him. With a determined leap, Pete plunged into the water, sending ripples cascading across the surface of the pond. As the ripples spread outward, they touched the lives of all who dwelled in the forest, the birds in the trees, the rabbits in their burrows, and even the trees themselves. With each act of kindness and generosity, Pete's ripples grew stronger, weaving a tapestry of goodness that enveloped the entire forest. From helping a lost butterfly find its way home to sharing food with a hungry squirrel, Pete's small actions had a big impact on the world around him. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Pete's ripples of goodness continued to spread, touching the hearts of all who crossed his path. And though he was just a small pebble in a vast pond, Pete knew that even the smallest acts of kindness could create waves of positive change in the world. And so, as the sun set behind the trees and the forest grew quiet once more, Pete closed his eyes and smiled, knowing that he had made a difference in the world simply by being kind. For in the end, it wasn't the size of the pebble that mattered, but the size of the ripples it created, and Pete's ripples of goodness would echo through the forest for generations to come. Once in a bustling village nestled amidst rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Lily. Despite having little material wealth, Lily possessed a heart full of gratitude for the blessings in her life. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, Lily sat beneath a towering oak tree, reflecting on the day's events. Suddenly, a gentle voice spoke to her from the branches above. "Lily," it whispered, "I am the spirit of gratitude, and I have come to offer you a gift." Lily looked up in astonishment to see a shimmering light descending from the tree, forming into a beautiful crystal pendant in her outstretched hand. This pendant, the spirit of gratitude explained, will help you recognize the blessings in your life, no matter how small. Wear it always, and you will find joy in even the simplest of moments. Grateful for the gift, Lily fastened the pendant around her neck and felt its warmth spread throughout her being. From that moment on, she began to see the world with new eyes, filled with wonder and appreciation for the beauty that surrounded her. Each day, Lily found countless reasons to be grateful: the warmth of the sun on her face, the laughter of her friends, the song of the birds in the trees. With each blessing she counted, her heart swelled with gratitude, and her spirit radiated with joy. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Lily's gratitude only grew stronger, enriching her life in ways she could never have imagined. And though she faced challenges and hardships along the way, she always found solace in the simple act of giving thanks. And so, the gift of gratitude became Lily's most cherished possession, a constant reminder of the abundance of blessings that filled her life each and every day. And as she shared her gratitude with those around her, she found that the more she gave thanks, the more blessings she received in return, creating a beautiful cycle of abundance and joy that touched the hearts of all who knew her. In the heart of a lush forest stood a magnificent oak tree known as the Tree of Patience. Its branches reached towards the sky, casting a comforting shade over the woodland creatures that sought refuge beneath its boughs. Many years ago, when the forest was still young, a tiny acorn had fallen from the branches of a passing bird and landed at the base of the oak tree. Despite its small size, the acorn held within it the potential to grow into something truly remarkable. With each passing season, the acorn buried itself in the rich soil and began to send out roots, anchoring itself firmly to the earth. Slowly but surely, it grew into a sapling, its tender leaves unfurling to catch the sunlight filtering through the canopy above. As the years went by, the sapling grew taller and stronger, its roots delving deeper into the earth and its branches stretching ever upwards towards the sky. Through seasons of sunshine and rain, of wind and snow, the sapling endured, learning the art of patience with each passing day. And so, as the sapling matured into a mighty oak tree, it became known as the Tree of Patience, a symbol of strength, resilience, and unwavering perseverance. In times of hardship, when the forest faced drought or disease, the Tree of Patience stood tall and steadfast, offering shelter and solace to all who sought refuge beneath its branches. And in times of plenty, when the forest teemed with life and abundance, it shared its bounty generously with those in need. As the seasons changed and the years rolled on, the Tree of Patience remained a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dwelled in the forest. And though its leaves may wither and its branches may bend, it knows that with time, it will grow stronger still, for true strength lies not in resisting change, but in embracing it with patience and grace. In a quaint village nestled in the heart of a lush forest, there existed a remarkable phenomenon known as the Circle of Kindness. It was said that whenever an act of kindness was performed, it would create ripples that spread outward, touching the lives of everyone in the village. One sunny morning, a young girl named Mia stumbled upon the Circle of Kindness while exploring the forest. Intrigued by its beauty, she reached out and plucked a flower, intending to admire it for herself. But as she held the flower in her hand, Mia noticed an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy basket of groceries nearby. Without hesitation, Mia rushed to offer her assistance, her heart filled with compassion. The elderly woman's eyes lit up with gratitude as Mia helped her carry the basket to her home. In return, the woman gifted Mia with a warm smile and a handful of freshly baked cookies, thanking her for her kindness. Unbeknownst to Mia, her act of kindness had set the circle of kindness in motion. The elderly woman, touched by Mia's compassion, decided to bake extra cookies and share them with her neighbors, spreading warmth and joy throughout the village. Inspired by the woman's generosity, the neighbors in turn performed their own acts of kindness, helping each other with chores, sharing food with those in need, and offering words of encouragement and support. As the days passed, the ripples of kindness continued to spread, weaving a tapestry of love and compassion that enveloped the entire village. And with each act of kindness, the circle of kindness grew stronger, creating a bond of unity and goodwill that connected everyone in the community. Mia watched in awe as the village blossomed with kindness, realizing the profound impact that even the smallest acts of compassion could have on the world around her. And as she joined her neighbors in spreading love and kindness, she understood that true happiness could be found in giving to others and building a community bound together by the circle of kindness. In a peaceful garden, there lived a wise and serene cat named Zen. With eyes that held the wisdom of ages, Zen spent his days basking in the warmth of the sun and observing the world around him with quiet contentment. One day, a group of young animals approached Zen, curious about the secret to his calm demeanor. "Zen, how do you remain so peaceful and content?" asked a young rabbit named Rosie. Zen blinked slowly and replied, "It is simple, my friends. I have mastered the art of contentment." The animals listened intently as Zen shared his wisdom. "Contentment," he said, "is not about seeking more or chasing after desires. It is about finding peace and happiness in the present moment, exactly as it is." With Zen's guidance, the young animals embarked on a journey to discover the true meaning of contentment. They learned to appreciate the beauty of each passing moment, the gentle rustle of the leaves, the warmth of the sun on their fur, and the joy of simply being alive. As they embraced Zen's teachings, the animals found that true contentment came not from external possessions or achievements, but from within and from cultivating a sense of gratitude for the blessings that surrounded them each day. And so, under the guidance of the Zen cat, the animals learned to let go of their worries and fears, and to find peace and happiness in the simple joys of life. And as they basked in the warmth of Zen's wisdom, they knew that true contentment lay not in the pursuit of more, but in the acceptance of what already was. In a land where mighty mountains kissed the sky, there stood a towering peak named Everest. Its majestic presence seemed to whisper tales of courage and resilience to all who beheld it. One day, a young goat named Greta found herself at the foot of Everest, her heart filled with trepidation. She longed to climb to the summit, but the daunting height of the mountain filled her with doubt. As Greta gazed up at Everest, she felt a gentle breeze brush against her fur, carrying with it the mountain's message of strength and perseverance. "Stand tall, little one," the wind seemed to say. "For even the mightiest of mountains face challenges, but it is in overcoming them that we discover our true strength." With newfound determination, Greta began her ascent, her hooves steady and her spirit strong. Along the way, she encountered steep cliffs and treacherous terrain, but she pressed on, fueled by the mountain's unwavering message of resilience. As she climbed higher and higher, Greta faced moments of fear and uncertainty. But with each step she took, she drew strength from the mountain itself, knowing that it stood as a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of adversity. Finally, after days of climbing, Greta reached the summit of Everest. As she stood atop the highest peak in the world, her heart swelled with pride and accomplishment. From her vantage point, Greta could see the world spread out below her, a vast tapestry of beauty and wonder. And as she gazed out at the horizon, she understood the mountain's message more deeply than ever before. For in standing tall in the face of challenges, Greta had discovered the true essence of strength, not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to face it head-on and keep climbing, one step at a time. And as she descended from the summit, she carried with her the mountain's message of resilience, knowing that no challenge was too great to overcome with determination and perseverance.